Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I am very excited to have my guests with me today. I have Minnassa, the Diva of Divination, as well as Tony, Shining Hawk Healing. Welcome, ladies. I appreciate you joining me on this special night. I really wanted to do something for Black History Month, and I thought it would be amazing to just do some work on our ancestral lineage in healing because there's so much that is needed. And it's just not, for our ancestors. This is a collective for all ancestors. And there's healing along everyone's lineage that needs to be done. We carry this into the space that we are in today. And a lot of times that can feel very heavy, and the burdens and the pain and the sorrow and everything that we carry. And it's important that we take a look at that and pour love into it so that it can be healed. Especially as for us, for the Black community, the suffering and the pain that we've been through throughout the years, many years, that leads all the way back to our ancestors, and that we carry into today as well, that I thought it would be really beautiful for us to bring this in. So I've asked these two lovely ladies to join me. They are both Reiki masters. For them to bring their knowledge and Reiki into this space, as well as I am working on my Reiki master right now, but for now I am a practitioner. But yes, just so grateful to have these lovely souls here. So before I have them talk a little bit about themselves and their channel, I just want to say hello to some people. I know Gina M was here to put in your your links to your channels. So I appreciate her doing that. I know she went nighty-night. So blessings to Gina. And hello, Janet and Spirit Beyond the Stars. Hello, infinitely blessed. Good to see you here. Thank you for joining. And Renee with the Tarot Love community. Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny. Good to see you. So I know there's another live going on right now, so we'll have some other people coming in and pouring in, hopefully, as we dive into this. But let's start with Minnassa. Tell us a little bit about you and your channel.
Well, my channel is called Tarot Talk with Minnassa, the Diva of Divination. And I really feel like in some ways I'm like the minister of tarot, that I want people to see the beauty of it, and that tarot is a gift to connect you to the divine. And I will say that I've been feeling some kind of way. I thought a lot of people in this tarot love community are really haters on the tarot, and they love them some oracle cards. So now I'm on a mission to show the beauty of the tarot. Now, of course, I'm a Virgo, so having a system, and so that's what really I love about the tarot. And so wanting to talk about that card, it has a tool to live your life. And I showed about 6 or 7 decks the first time, and Emergent Soul Tarot called me a temptress, and I love that. You're a temptress. Now I have to add these. And so I'm really about serving and shining the light of the tarot and of divination in general. And just really wanting people to catch the wave of this ascension and to release, step out of the matrix. Hopefully that's not a copyrighted term. But step out of the matrix. We are, I think 2012, the world did end, and we have come into this new world. And these sacred tools are the tools to get us to that next place. And so that's what my show is about. The third show, I have a guest. Next week, I think I'm going to have, next month, I'm already like, oh, now I got to have Shining Hawk Healing on my show. So maybe I'm going to add another. So who knows? I might end up doing them every Saturday, but it's Saturday from 11 to 12, first Saturday and third Saturday.
All right. And Tony, your channel?
I've been on YouTube for a little over a year. I'm so happy that it's I passed a year, my anniversary. I was like, oh wow, it's a year. Wow.
Excellent.
I do things a little bit differently. I do cards, the oracle cards. I'm actually working on a deck of my own at the moment.
Hey.
Nice.
Creating that deck, and it's coming together. I'm getting really excited. I mean, you get to the start, you feel like you're getting to the end of it, and it's I start to get all shaky and
Oh, she froze. Tony's dealing with a little tech issues this evening, so she may freeze here and there, but we're going with the flow. So
Indeed.
she'll be back in a second here. Give it a second. And I love every time that she freezes. She's got the best poses and smiles.
Exactly. A beautiful smile. So that's so good.
Yeah, every time I freeze, I'm more like, hey, Mashika and Vivian. And I think I said hi to Janet, but if I didn't, hello again. And Suzanne, hello, welcome.
So I don't know, maybe
There you go.
a Wi-Fi or something, but anyway, so I use a medicine wheel. I created this medicine wheel that I use my chakra cards on to sort of, because my father is indigenous, and it's always been sort of my, I don't know. One of my guides is an indigenous guy. His name is Firebird. And so he is the one who sort of pushed me to this place. I mean, the Shining Hawk healing is absolutely his work, not mine.
Beautiful.
So I put cards on the wheel. I go east to north, and then at the end we talk about ancestors or guides and our angels, and I'm just really excited to be here, and I love working with the cards. It just feels like play to me, but when something hits me in the head and I start to get all these chills and my ears start ringing and all this other stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
When is your show on? I've never caught your show. I don't know when it is.
Oh, I don't really do. I was doing a every Tuesday show, but maybe I'll bring that back. Maybe I'll bring the Tuesdays at 2 with Tony. It was at 2:00 on Tuesdays, so maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe. Okay. But that's my channel. It's a Shining Hawk Healing, and I also have a sister channel with my pups, which Goose and my Lulu. So
they are adorable. I did see that. They are super cute. Love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh-oh. All right. We'll wait till she comes
again.
back. So hey, for everyone that just joined, hey Jackie, good to see you. Oh, here we go. Johnny says that Tony will be live this Friday at 7:30. Check her there. And she's back. We've already prefaced and let everybody know that you'll be popping in and out a little bit here, but we're going to work with it. It's all
I'm really just unplugging and going Wi-Fi to see if that works. Let me I'm going to go out and come back in.
Okay.
And you guys,
all right. That sounds good.
See if I can get this working.
All right. So while we are waiting for Tony to come back, I'm just saying hi to a few other people. Hey, Nancy and Anna Banana and Flowing. Good to see you. Let's see, who else? Anybody else that I missed? Hello. Yes, thank you for putting that in the chat there, Renee. The links are.
Anna have a show. I see her all the time, but I don't know who she is.
Who's that?
Anna Banana?
Yes, she's in the chats a lot.
Does she have a show?
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
No. Not yet, Anna Banana.
That's right, not yet.
Hey, Constance, good to see you. All right, Vivian's gone into lurking mode. That is good. Thank you for being here. So let me just kind of describe what this evening, what is going to happen tonight. I am actually going to create a ceremony circle for us a container to work in so that we can really bring in that healing that needs to happen. We're going to have a little bit of a discussion about some different things that each of us are going to share. And then we're going to do about 10 minutes of Reiki healing. And this healing is for everyone. It's not just for our ancestral healing. It's for everyone's ancestral lineage to bring in your ancestors into the circle so that they can receive the healing that is needed. And then after that, we will close the circle, and that would be our evening. So, again, while you're here, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and we will get started shortly. And here is Tony's link to her channel. So make sure that you click on that and subscribe to both these lovely ladies' channels. All right. So, Minnassa, do you want to share anything that's upcoming for you?
I don't think I have anything. I will have, well, my show will be on again on March, whatever is the first week of March. And then my guest is going to be my daughter, Lily Binu, on the third Saturday.
Perfect.
Because I know I told you that she's going to be going to Africa to teach English, but Omicron sort of threw that all off. But she got like a generic letter saying, people, there's going to be starting again. So I better have her on my show before she's over in the
There you go.
And
all right.
living her life.
And
you're back. Yay.
Okay, so I'm on Wi-Fi now, so it's up to the gods.
There you go. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and open up our circle. So everyone just kind of take a deep breath in and out. And I'm going to bring in my drum as well as we do the circle here. We open. One second. Okay. So we're going to call in the guides and guardians of all the sacred directions. Calling in the guides and guardians of the East, the air element. We welcome you into the circle to help expand our vision and bring in clarity for new beginnings. We call in the guides and the guardians of the South, the fire element, to help bring in creation and expansion, the transformation that is needed from the healing we are about to receive. We call in the guides and the guardians of the West, the water element, allowing the water to flow and create the cleansing that is needed for ourselves to help heal any hurt, pain, or suffering, any abuse that is within our ancestral lineage. Trusting in the process and creating the peace and the flow. We call in the guides and the guardians of the North, the earth element, teaching us grounding, patience, and peace. Helping us to step into the present moment powerfully with intention, helping to keep us safe. And we call in the guides and guardians of the spirit element. May the spirit move through our circle with its healing magic to help restore and create peace within ourselves and our ancestral lineage. And so it is.
So it is. Yes, aho. I wanted to shout that when she hit out my element, the ground with control yourself.
Okay, so I want to ask each of us to just kind of share something. And I know Minnassa had prepared a couple of cards that she would like to share.
And so today I'm working with Kyle Gray, two of his decks. The first card comes from the Gateway of Light Activation, and it is the Ancestral Realm, Karmic Release, Healing the Lineage, and Boundaries. Oh, there we go.
Beautiful.
This is beautiful gateway and this healing angel descending. And then the other card is from Kyle Gray, and it's the Elder. and it's moved beyond ancestral patterns. And one of the things that I really feel when it comes to healing, first speaking of my own lineage or of those of us who are the descendants of Africa, is really recognizing one of the things that Kyle Gray talks about is that we are the answer to our ancestors' prayers. You know, we have ancestors that didn't know they were going to make it, you know, and so we are here today. Ancestors that got on the boat and thought, what is going on here? And our ancestors who hid and got away and were praying for us, and we are still here today. And so to recognize that, the Bible talks such a great cloud of witnesses around us that they have helped us. I think sometimes I would think about messages that I've gotten in, and then I got out. I thought, how did that happen? I thought probably because someone was like, hey, wait a minute. No. So that ancestral line, and so that healing the lineage, we talked about this earlier. I think many of us are like, oh, I gotta help my poor slavery ancestors. But our lineage goes way beyond that. When you look at the pyramids, you're looking at our lineage, and not just the Egyptian pyramids, but those pyramids are everywhere in Africa. That's our lineage. And so to reach back there and to pull that good, to pull that sacred knowledge. I love watching Ancient Aliens, even though they want to make everything about aliens. It's like, but there is a history when they show what are the Nazca lines, those big petroglyphs that you can't see unless you're in the air. It's like, well, what were they doing? Who were they communicating with? That those ancestors knew something higher, something bigger. And I think part of that healing coming forward is that we can be so stuck on ourselves. Yeah. Like we got it all. And it's like, I left my iPhone and my iPad at home today, and I didn't know what to do. Right? And that there is a wisdom that yes, there does need to be healing and a reconciliation and a forgiveness. And as Sister Tony's going to share about grace, but let's look back to that line with pride, knowing that today, not any race could have survived what happened.
Yeah.
And that the strong foundation and our spiritual foundation. And then I think I'll speak for my own family, is that part of my healing was learning how to set boundaries with my family. Mm-hmm. Because my aunts and my mom, they all think my business is their business. Like, no, it's not. My business is not your business. And this is how I heal that I have a sacred space that's for me. And I honor your sacred space. And I think that is really the beginning in our community and talking about stuff. Mm-hmm. I have a friend who, she got a text saying, pray for Uncle blah, 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 blah. And her mother responded before her and her sisters did. And she's like, we ain't praying for him. He tried to molest all my children. You guys know about that. And just laid it out. And I thought, sometimes we got to tell the truth. And so I think that's where the healing begins, speaking the truth. Just like my daughter told me, my mom said today, I have enough puzzles and enough hats. Y'all send me money for my birthday. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that because she gave me something for Christmas that I didn't want. And before I would just take it, but I didn't want it. So I told her, Mom, she actually sent me some oil of Olay, and that hurts my skin. I use Avon, so I told her I don't use this. Where before I would have just took it and been all in the mood about her, So healing for me and my personal lineage, we got to talk about stuff. Mm-hmm. And healing in that bigger lineage is to see the good. I think about Brigitte. Saint Bridget is really a Celtic goddess who they love so much that the Catholic Church couldn't knock her out. So they made her a saint. Hmm. But, there are people who came from the islands who came as indentured servants, who were robbed of their identity, not in a way like African Americans were, but they didn't know what they were coming to over here. Right. And to have that lineage, to look back to that powerful matrilineal woman and to be able to say, you couldn't, your patriarchal religion could knock her out.
Mhm.
Try as you may. And that the joy that I'm having in finding my own lineage and finding who was the goddess. And we found out that we are part of our families in Madagascar. And I got a card the other day that had a butterfly and it said Lolo. And I thought, why? Well, Lolo is the Madagascar word for butterfly. And I really felt it was my ancestors reaching to me saying, okay, because I love butterflies. I got butterflies everywhere, and I didn't know about that connection.
Oh, yeah, butterflies too.
Oh, yeah, and then when I saw,
I have a big one on my wall as well.
yes, I was
Yeah.
like, Lolo. So again, to reach back and bring the good, to bring the good forward, and then send that love back. And I was telling these beautiful ladies beforehand, to even accept the ugly. They were doing the best that they can. He said, well, if I was a slave, I would have got killed. No, you wouldn't have, because you knew there was a bigger issue. So everyone couldn't be Harriet Tubman, and everyone can't be Frederick Douglass.
Right.
Some people have to be that horrible man. I can't remember his name. It was so awful that Samuel L. Jackson played in
Django.
He was horrible. But you know what? He was doing the best he could with what he had. And healing comes with honoring that. And so that's part of it, just seeing the good that's there. I got to swearing off fried chicken, fried foods living here in the South. Because, but again, see the good in that. That's what my ancestors brought. Here's some stuff, hope you can eat it. Well, we're going to cook it. We're going to fry it up. And so again, to see the good while releasing it for Lent. But you just that I released the shame.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a 400-year history where my relatives were enslaved, but you know what? You didn't break them. And I received that strength. And then I honor that, and then I let go and say, but today I'm starting a new line here. Healing with my mother and with my daughter going forward. And should it be in the cards for us, and I have a granddaughter, I'm stealing some of Tony's thunder, but that matrilineal line, that's how we used to do it. And so I look back at that line of great women in my family, tough as nails, badass. Most of them standing 4'10", 4'9", and will whoop your ass in a quick minute. Right? But I see
And then have some tea.
Yeah, I see that strength and I see that toughness, and I say, bring that to me. And then I send healing back saying, your prayers were answered. We're still here.
Yeah.
And we're thriving. I'll end with this. My daughter is going to Africa, as I said, and she wants to take a piece of my hair, which I ain't got that much, and same with my mother. We both got short hair. But she wants to take it and bury it in the soil and say, we made it. This is my offering to you from your children in America. We made it. And for me, that's the healing. We made it. And we're standing strong.
Yeah. She should bury it with a quartz crystal.
She'll probably put a ton of crystals, but I'll let her know. That's right, to magnify. I will tell her.
That is beautiful. Yeah, I love that. And the thing that you said that really resonated as well is to talk about it, because a lot of us don't talk about it. And that's part of the problem. And the one thing I can say about 45 that he did do for this country of service was that he ripped the Band-Aid off of everything.
He did.
And he showed America what has been hurting for so long, all the ooze and the pus, all that stuff came to the surface, and it needed to come to the surface so we can start healing it.
Yes.
And I that's one thing I can credit towards him for helping this nation, because otherwise, and in the beauty of social media, because a lot of these things, people never saw it unless you're living it and experiencing the things that, the racism, the hate, everything that, as the Black community, or really anybody of color that goes through in this country, no one else really saw it that much. But because of social media, it has brought this to the light. And I think that is really important. And I've been waiting for my guides to see if to share this, and they're giving me the green light. For my family in particular, one of the biggest healing things is Some of you may not know, but George Floyd is my cousin. And when, his death, his sacrifice that he made to bring everything into this pivotal moment of our history to create this change and the healing is, I feel honored to be part of that lineage. And I just thank him for what he has done. And there's still so much more that needs to be done, so much more healing, but I'm grateful for what has happened so far and where we are going.
And I'm glad that you said his sacrifice, because when we talked about it, I wanted to say that, but I thought, I don't know if I'm being disrespectful, but yes, a seed has to go into the ground. And he was that sacrifice. And no, he wasn't perfect. And that's what I love about it. They don't have to be perfect.
No.
But he gave his life so that life could continue for others. And I am also very grateful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me as well.
Yeah.
We don't all come here to, have stardom and, and tons of money and all that stuff. Sometimes we come here to do a simple thing that turns into something much bigger than anything else we could imagine. So I thank him for his service and his sacrifice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Tony, you had a book that you wanted to.
Yeah, I was listening to Minnassa, and it it sort of reminded me of the first time I went to the desert to do ceremony, and I met my ancestors. I thought they were aliens.
That's right. Well, see, I'm wearing my Lemurian because I'm a star seed.
Yeah.
So we went to the desert to do ceremony, my very first ceremony, and we went out to look at for our own personal spaces. So we had to go out, pick our spaces, and then set up our circles so that we could, do our ceremonies through the night. We weren't supposed to leave camp, but you have to leave camp in order to have that space. So I left camp and I set up my circle, started singing, because what else was I going to do? That's what I do. And these two lights, I thought they were rangers coming for me. These two lights, I saw them in the distance and they were just coming towards me. I was like, oh, the rangers are going to tell me to go back to camp. But they got so far, they stopped. And then one light shot up into the air and just took off across the sky. And the other light just stayed, but no, and started walking, still coming toward me. So I stopped singing because I was like, oh no. I came to California, moved to California so that I could be abducted by aliens. So I'm looking at the light, and the light is looking at me, and it keeps creeping closer and closer, and then it stops. And then I'm like, my teacher had given me this little jade frog. She said, if you need me, just rub the frog and call my name. I'm rubbing this frog. I'm like, come and get me. I'm in trouble.
Wow.
She didn't show up. So it was really a test of my faith. It was really a test of, it taught me about courage in the face of fear. And it taught me about just allowing things to be the way that they are. So I sat with that light all night. At some point during the night, I looked up into the sky, and there were all of these orbs, lights, and they were close. They were close, and I was freaking out. is going on? And then it just came to me. These are your ancestors. They came to see you. You finally came out to do what you're supposed to do. And now they're here to tell you, yes, you're on the right path.
Yeah.
So there is no substitute for looking back. There's no substitute for researching what your ancestors have done, because in that there are so many lessons. And I have this book. It's kind of old. It's called Our Common Ground by Bruce Keynes, and it's the portraits of blacks changing the face of America. And we have changed the face of America, whether we did it on purpose or not. So we've changed the face of America, and I just feel as if the bridge that we are the bridge to that. The shift has happened, and now we are the bridge. We are the witnesses here to see the changing of the shifting of the actual of our from one dimension to the next. Yeah. Yes, that's the best way to say it. I'm getting a little tongue-tied because that story always puts me in a crazy place.
So, I don't know what I would have done in that sense, quite honestly.
And I couldn't leave my circle. You can't break
Right.
the circle until the morning. So you're just like, it's the circle protected me.
Yeah.
So, and it also drew them.
Yes. So yes, you can draw your ancestors to you in mass if you're in need. They are always there for you to give you strength, courage, whatever it is that you need. All you need to do is ask.
Yeah.
All you need to do is ask.
And you want to also be mindful of asking and calling in those ancestors that are there to serve your highest good and purpose, right? Because we do have some that you may not necessarily want to call upon, but no, I had, speaking on ceremony, had an experience this past weekend as well, because of the fact that we did create that circle and being able to bring them in. And my experience is that I started seeing all these animals. And I believe I shared this on the Soul Sisters on Monday, but I just started seeing all these different animals, but they were African animals. And in that moment, I realized, oh, I'm in Africa. And the animals then it just kind of like moved away. And then I could just see all my ancestors just there welcoming me home. And that feeling of connection and of being supported and cared for was so incredible and so beautiful. And a reminder that they are there. They are there to support and to love. And I've over the years have done a lot of work on healing my ancestral line, and it's a work in progress. It's not something that's like one and done type of thing, It's something that we continue to work on and allow that healing to take place. And it can be challenging, especially if you're going in deeper and doing any type of shadow work or ceremonial work. It can really be tough sometimes, but I always honor that experience and welcome it, and truly grateful for it as well. So I am going to actually read a poem, and I know many of you know this poem by Maya Angelou, or Angelou. Still I Rise. And let me put my glasses on so I can see the words. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you best beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room? just like the moons and like the suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my hauntingness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise, up from a past that's rooted in pain. I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Ooh. So
Beautiful.
I just love her poems. So much meaning, so much heart. And as a people, we rise and we continue to do so. So, whew. So with that, I want to go into bringing in some Reiki for everyone. For you, for those of you in the chat, if you are open to receive the Reiki, if you could just type in open or I receive into the chat so we can have that permission to move forward. And as we mentioned earlier, this is not just for our ancestral lineage. This is for everyone's ancestral lineage. And for those that may have ancestors that have known that have caused harm to others, not to be embarrassed or ashamed of that. As Minnassa was talking about it, it's about us to talk about this, to bring it to the surface so it can be healed. Okay. We are a community and we want to be able to bring in the healing for everyone with this.
Can I share just a quick story, Sonia?
Please, please.
So there's a project that they collect the dirt from places where people were lynched, and they're holding it in a place to honor them and say, we see you. And so a Black lady was at this place trying to get the stuff, and in her mind initially a good old boy came driving by, and then he backed up and he said, what are you doing? So her initial response, she had told herself, was don't say anything, right? Just get up. But she just said something came over her. She just told him, a person was lynched here and I'm getting their dirt, and told him about the project. Well, then the man got out of the car and asked a white man, can I help you? And so together with his hands, because she had like a little trowel, he dug. Now they weren't looking at each other because they were trying to get the dirt. And she was having tears in her eyes because she was like, that like for me living here in the South, it initially can be very frightening coming from California. I was afraid to get married on my front porch. because I thought, I don't want someone coming with guns blazing. They don't do that sort of stuff here, but just that fear that plus I married a woman, right? So let's really put it all over the chain. But so her and the man, so she was just crying like, this man is really helping me. And then when she looked up at him, he was bawling his eyes out.
Oh,
Wow.
And he said, I'm concerned that my grandfather might have been at this man's lynching.
Mm.
Oh,
And together they were able to heal. And that's it. That yes, we have Black History Month and Native American History Month and Latino History Month and LGBTQ. And it's because those histories have not been honored. But the bottom line is we came from one place. And so it is our history, and we got to talk about it and heal it together. The good, the bad, and the ugly to bring about that healing.
yeah. I went to school in North Carolina in Greensboro, where I went to that Walgreens all the time.
Yeah.
And the KKK had their camp right behind I went to Bennett College, so the KKK had
Wow.
their camp right behind our school. So it's real. The fight is real.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, ladies, if you feel that you need to bring anything or say anything during while we're doing the Reiki, please feel free to do so. For those of you in the chat, just allow yourself, get comfortable, feet on the ground, connecting to Mother Earth. Get nice and relaxed and comfortable. You can either have your eyes open or closed. We're going to start bringing Reiki to a close. Thank you. How's everyone feeling in chat? Let us know if you're still with us there. Let us know if you felt anything or had an experience during that. Ladies, anything significant that happened for either of you? Oh, you're on mute, Tony.
I feel like a wet noodle. I'm just like shaking a little bit here. That was really pretty powerful.
Very, very powerful. My hands were vibrating so hard.
I had a part where I was actually wiping away tears. And I thought, okay, because there's crying. And then, the energy was so heavy. My arms have never felt that way. And then there was a point where they were having me move my arms like this. And I thought, what is this about? They said, because if your hands were chained, your range of motion would be limited. And then they had me move them out to show that no longer chained, no longer.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Wow, I'm getting chills.
Yes, yes, yes.
That was powerful. You had a great group of people. You know, they have to be very receptive to that. And so kudos.
Janet P says, I have tears. Thank you from Nancy. Arlene says, emotional. Oh, flowing. She saw her parents in their light bodies.
Oh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I wanted to tell Tony that's her ancestor couldn't get any closer because that light body energy, she would have lit up. Yeah, because they're light beings, so they could only come so close. You know, your energy field would have.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, they could only come so close.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a question. Thank you.
Janet says, I saw wind blowing in the trees, people holding hand, and the dirt changed. Oh my goodness. Beautiful.
Wow.
Liz felt the healing love. So beautiful. Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Oh, Flowing's crying too. Big hugs to all of you. Hey, Ron, good to see you.
Hey, Ron.
And that is what you're feeling. That is grace. That is love. That is the loving energy of the one source. And that is grace. The fact that we all feel it at the same time, that we are all moved, that's what grace does for us. And so this, when I knew I was coming on the channel, and all this week, I just kept hearing this song, "Amazing Grace," and I'm not going to sing the whole song, but just sing the first verse because it just, the words, "Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see." I can't even sing. I'm shaking so bad. So much. It's just like oh my gosh, my head is hot.
And look, the energy's so strong. It just knocked Minnassa right out of the.
Minnassa gone. She's gone.
Oh, that's beautiful, Tony. Thank you. Thank you for that. That is a beautiful way to end our ceremony. As soon as Minnassa hops back on, we'll close the circle. Oh, Ron says, well, Janet says, beautiful, Tony. Now Nancy's crying. Ron says, oh, well, my sister-in-law sings it to us, the same song. Yeah, it's beautiful, Ron. Yeah. Oh, Tony, do you have another verse in you? They want to hear another verse.
Hmm.
And if you don't have another verse, just sing the first one again.
Okay, I'll just sing the first one again.
All right.
Maybe I'll just go off for a minute.
Sure. Do what you need to do. Do what you need. You could turn your, yeah, there you go.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes, J-Rock. Oh, here's Minnassa.
Yay!
All
We
right.
lost the Wi-Fi here. Sorry.
We said the energy was so big, it knocked you right on out of here.
We lost Wi-Fi here. We've been having quite the weather. So
Oh, okay.
did I miss
All
Tony
right.
singing?
You did. You're
All
gonna
right,
have
I'll
to
catch the replay.
roll it back. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Anna Banana says, ooh, chills and tears. What are you doing to me? Oh my goodness. Oops.
Oh, God.
All right. So with that,
Hard to
I'm
sing
going
when
to
you.
go ahead.
Hard to sing when you're shaking. So
Yeah, but you
That
got
was-
it out there. You got
that
it
was
out.
so powerful. Oh my gosh!
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Sonia.
Yes, thank you.
Jeez.
Let me go ahead and close out our circle here. Grab my drum. We release the guides and guardians of the spirit element. Thank you for teaching us the magic that is all around us and within us. We are grateful for the healing that took place this evening. We release the guides and the guardians of the north. Thank you for keeping us grounded and connected to Mother Earth, for keeping us safe and focused. We are truly grateful. We release the guides and the guardians of the West. Thank you for your beautiful cleansing water, cleansing us from the pain of our ancestral lineage that may have caused us. May we move forward with love, nurturing flow, and abundance that is provided. We are truly grateful. We release the guides and guardians of the South. Thank you for bringing in the fire, the desire to help us transform and to grow, the willingness to be of service by helping one another and to love one another. Thank you. And last but not least, we release the guides and the guardians of the East, thanking the air element to help us arise from the challenges in our lives. May we be open to the lessons to be learned and to apply them to our lives so that we continue to grow and to rise above. We are truly grateful. And with that, close the circle.
Oh.
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 Breathe in peace and breathe out blessings.
I pulled a card for everyone.
Oh, yes.
Miracles.
Mm.
There's
Yeah.
your butterfly.
Yes, I
Look at
see.
that. Yay.
I see my Lolo.
I love that. Beautiful. Ladies, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate you both so, so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
And I appreciate everyone in the chat for showing up tonight. Thank you for being open to receive the healing tonight. And yeah, beautiful night. So drink lots of water, everyone.
Please do.
That was some really powerful energy coming through. Get your water, put some mint, lemon, limes, whatever feels good. Drink up. So, all right. I will be back on this Sunday. Where did
Friday.
that come from? Friday morning, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time for coffee chat, oracle readings for the collective. And I will see everyone then. All right. Good night.